Welcome to another episode of Rebels Without a Pod, the show that dares ask the question, how many prostitutes does it take to get into Princeton? Let's find out. One, two, three. Four? Okay, maybe several more. I guess the world may never know.
The fact Joel's parents smelled nothing when they came home.
We didn't bring it up, but I still love the scene where, like, one of his buddies shows up, and then he's like, "Hey, is it cool if I use your bedroom?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Who lets their buddy like bang random chicks in their bedroom?" I mean, that's a great friend, but
to find our personal answers to that, check out our Patreon.
All right.
It would have been better if you finished that counting with
Oh, you bastard. All right, let's start again.
Right.
How many prostitutes does it take to get into Princeton? 1, 2, 3.
Well,
5 minutes into the show. Don't let Naveen note you.
What did you say? Milk me? Did I just get milked?
Can you milk me, Greg?
I got nipples. Can you milk me?
I got nipples. Can you milk me?
Soon to debut on Spotify, gentlemen.
I would pay any amount of money for that Patreon.
Yeah.
All right, tonight we continue our Ladies to the 80s cycle with episode 80D, where we talk about the movie Back to the Future. Whew. I've been waiting for this one.
Oh.
So,
me too. Me too.
80D.
That's not what we're doing tonight. Shit. Can we
Can
do
you,
like
DeLorean, go back a few minutes?
can we do Monster Squad instead? I changed my mind. Can we do Monster Squad? No.
Your kids, Eric. I got terrible news about your kids.
We take the DeLorean. We go back in time. We find all the monsters. We bring them together, and then we eat the children.
Oh, I thought we were going back to tell Johnny's grandma to let him watch Pee-wee.
I will do that.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do. He missed out.
Please, Johnny's grandma, let them watch Pee-wee.
Johnny missed out on Pee-wee.
It's the SNL skit. You remember the one where it's just like, please look at him. Look at his face. Please let him water your yard. And then Adam Sandler's like,
is this the Hurley brothers? Yeah.
They did this like several times.
Right. There's no joke to it at all, but it's just one of the funniest guys. It's one of the like funniest 90s
Chris
things.
Farley sitting there and he's just like screaming. And then Adam Sandler just makes this like sad face, but he keeps breaking character the entire time.
You reposted that Sergio sketch, just topical to the movie we're eventually going to talk about. But like Bill Hader has 1 second of footage in that entire thing. It's just one reaction shot of him making a scared face where he sees like John Hamm kind of pop out a Kristen Wiig covered in KY jelly.
Yeah.
It's like the craziest. It's like the most Pennywise shit. Yeah.
I've watched that bit so many times. It's just I don't know what it is. The oily, sexy sax player just shows up.
Right.
Like women start dancing with him. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's also John Hamm.
Yeah.
You can't have too much ham. All right. So you guys got me tonight. We're doing The Lost Boys. We have to do The Lost Boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Classic horror film from 1987. I'm your head vampire, Eric. Nothing too sexy. And I'm joined tonight by my fellow lost vampire man-children. Naveen, our resident rock star with the luscious locks and sickest tunes.
Hello.
Andy, deadly with a can of spray paint, but even deadlier when he's hungry. Watch out, ladies. He's a biter. Was that convincing?
Yeah, I got nothing to follow that one up.
And Johnny, the bad boy. Don't bother inviting him into your house, folks, because he's already invited himself in and is hosting a get-together with your coworkers. They're laughing at every goddamn joke that he makes. While you stand in the corner, crying and rereading old Facebook posts like the sad sack of shit you are, he is the hostess with the mostest.
I'm racking my brain for what this could be a reference to, and I'm just coming up with nothing.
You're the host. You're usually the host.
Oh.
One, two,
got it.
3 prostitutes.
All right, call back. Very nice.
Yeah, there we go. I had to fall back on our typical themes. I didn't want to lose our listeners. Hundreds.
Come back, Capone.
Come on, Leonard. Stay with us.
Leonard. Where is Leonard? I feel like Leonard's on life support. Let's bring him back.
We got he just listened to Never Ending Story like the other day. He had a bunch of other recommendations for German children's literature. I am not making this up.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. Buddy, shout out. We need to get you on the show at some point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the rest of them will like it, but I think Eric will really appreciate this. At least share this with him.
Yeah.
I'm the only sad sack that went and read the fucking book. So guys, I just want to ask everybody, now that we've watched a few 80s movies back to back up to this point, Monster Squad, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I don't know if did you end up watching it, Risky Business, Andy?
No, but I have listened to the record. I'm almost done with the record. To be fair, I haven't quite finished it yet, but I am going to go back and watch the movie now that I've listened to it.
Did the record actually make you curious about the film?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, it did.
You wanted to see the train scene, didn't you?
I mean, if it's as sticky as you guys make it sound.
Just let the boy watch the train scene.
I would describe it like this.
Right.
Andy, small tangent right there.
Yeah.
Were we too hard on Naveen on that record?
Too hard on Naveen.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't want it was an unusual situation. It's that particular arrangement of Eric and I loving a movie that Naveen just wants nothing to do with whatsoever. Just I don't think has happened on the show before.
It was having never seen the movie, because I still haven't seen it. I was surprised that of the three of you, Naveen was the one that didn't go for it.
Naveen,
Thank you.
Right. It's because just buddy, Naveen. Very often, that this is part of the reason we love having him on the show. Naveen so often reviews movies the way a golden retriever would review like a slice of pizza. Yes, this was great. That's part of my day, honestly, watching this thing.
Do you think what it is that it like took too much convincing of the characters in order to get into a position where they could have sex? Like he just likes the sex to happen without explanation. Like you don't have to build up that much for people to like fuck. Mm-hmm. He's just like, look, they're trying to explain this way too much. I just want to see the action. Mm-hmm. Like just don't say let's have sex on the train. Just have the sex on the train.
Right.
I mean that's sexy too, but sometimes you just gotta play with your meat before you eat it.
Jesus Christ.
Again, save it for Patreon.
Yeah.
Ian, any thoughts there? Like that. So like legit question. Now that you sat with the movie for a week, and we did have a pretty extensive conversation about it. You said you've been doing a bit of work on the episode already. Have you kind of rethought the movie? Was it still not your kind of cup of tea? Are there things you kind of reconsidered? Do you hate it more after like all has been said and done?
No, nothing's really changed on it for me. I don't know. It just didn't hit for me. A little bit of a slog sometimes, but I mean, there's a lot of things there. Yes, it did keep you guessing, as you guys mentioned, what was going to happen. But again, just going back to that thing, just like dumb thing after a dumb thing after a dumb thing that Joel did, and just like, dude, you keep inviting this person to your house. She keeps taking your stuff, and you keep having to pay for it. It's like,
I mean,
it's like, fair. Come back and rob me, please.
I mean, look how smart Kevin was. Like, Kevin got left home alone too, and what did he do? He went and set up all those traps, like preemptively set all those traps. He had the video cassette all lined up to that one scene, so he could make it sound like the guy's like shooting a Tommy gun and scare away the burglars.
But you know, like the fundamental difference is, you know, just Joel is in high school and horny and stupid.
He will do anything.
Kevin really had kind of nothing distracting him from like the end goal. It was just boom, you know, just put up a barrier around the territory.
That's right. And he saw his older brother's girlfriend. He's like, woof. Right there.
What was his older brother's name in that movie?
I was trying to remember it. I was like, Biff.
Buzz. Thank you.
Buzz, like the Lightyear.
That's right.
Yeah.
But besides risky business, I guess, do you guys remember that feeling when Stranger Things first came out, and then all anybody talked about was the 80s? Do you feel after watching like several of these movies back to back that maybe you're jonesing to watch more 80s flicks, or there's I don't know, things that you miss about the 80s?
100%. I mean, I think I've made it very clear that the 80s and the 90s are my kind of my favorite music, not music, well, music too, but movie era. But as I was watching this movie, I don't know how many times I've seen it at this point. But as I'm watching it over again, I'm thinking to myself, like, there's something inherently magical for me in movies that were made in the 80s that have that whole latch. We've said it before, we'll say it again, that whole latchkey kid thing, you know, kids on bicycles just kind of out doing their thing. There's just, I don't know, there's some kind of vibe that goes on with those types of movies that it just hits me exactly the way I want movies to hit me.
Yeah, we were saying that. It's like when your parents are like, hey, you have friends over there, like, go outside and play, and you got to make your own fun. Like, this is the shit that kids get up to.
Yep.
Definitely. And just agreeing with you there. In the 80s, 90s, good for music, good for movies. It does bring back, and do miss it very much. Again, just being able to go out and play and ride your bikes and explore and, you know, make your own games, make your own adventures, basically. Just all those things. Just enjoying life as opposed to just being stuck inside on the screen.
Looking at little screens. Yeah.
Little screens.
looking at three of your closest friends on little screens, especially.
Yeah.
Reflecting. We should definitely kind of get into like this a little bit more as we talk about the film itself. But what's really, really interesting to me is these were four kind of just very randomly kind of chosen films, but all four, Pee-wee's, Risky Business, Monster Squad, Lost Boys, all four of them can be seen, even Pee-wee's, as basically sort of latchkey kid stories. All four of them can be seen of like, what do kids kind of get up to when their parents are just not around because of work, because of obligations, because that was just the culture and the way things were at the time, and there is nothing to do inside, so you and your friends get together and you just kind of go out on your bike.
I do like how you brought up music, by the way, accidentally, Andy, but that's something I find myself, I keep doing, is going back to the 80s music. And I feel maybe it's because like I didn't listen to it or pay attention to it enough when I was a kid, because it's like it was all around you all the time, and for me it was always like pushing back on that stuff until it was something that I'm like, oh, you know what, maybe there was something to it, and then you go back and explore it on your own. Like, I think John would probably tell you, I was listening to New Order last time I visited his place. I was like playing it and listening to it, and I'm like, wow.
I just remember the only thing, you played me like a ton of newer Smashing Pumpkins albums, which were surprisingly
I
good.
did, yeah, that too.
And then our mutual friend Max Fontaine, who we do hope to get on the spin-off show Cunning of the Goose at some point when we were playing the board game Raw, put on the album Raw by the band Raw. It's pretty good.
Just as a random throw out there, if you guys kind of like that 80s sort of vibe with music, but you're looking for something new, there's a band called the Proto Men that's really, really good, kind of got an 80s vibe. And there's also a band called The Midnight, both of which totally, unabashedly, unembarrassingly bring back the 80s sound and just kind of embrace it. So recommend to both of those.
Nice. Is that more new wave?
I don't know. I'm not sure what you would even call it. It's like synth wave almost. It's got that sort of like Miami Vice neon feel to it almost.
Like Flock of Seagulls or something.
More rock than Flock of Seagulls.
Okay.
But it's good. Good stuff, both of them. Light Up the Night by Proto Men is my favorite song of theirs. That song absolutely rocks out. It's awesome.
I'm going to check that out. For some reason, I keep hearing like Talking Heads in my house. I never listened to the Talking Heads growing up. And then because they had that, it's like a documentary that came out.
They re-released A24 re-released Stop Making Sense a couple years ago into theaters, and that for my money is the single best live concert maybe ever recorded. It was filmed by Jonathan Demme, who also made Silence of the Lambs, and I think Philadelphia.
Oh wow!
The theater re-release. I went like on Wednesday night. I was the only person in theater, and it was for 2023 maybe it was in the top 5 just theater going experiences. It just happened on the floor, and they performed one of the songs of theirs I did not know particularly well. They performed Swamp, which was heavily featured in the bordello scene of Risky Business. So kind of
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But Stop Making Sense, highly recommended if you ever feel like kind of chilling out to like a live concert film at some point.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, so let's change gears. Let's talk about the film. The Lost Boys was released in 1987. It was directed by Joel Schumacher, known for such films as St. Elmo's Fire, 8mm, Flatliners, and those 2 really shitty Batman movies.
Nipples,
yeah.
Nipples.
Like
that means you can milk Batman, just so you know.
That's right. You can milk
At least
Batman.
Greg can.
Superman can. So it was written by Janice Fisher and James Jeremias. I didn't look up what else they've written, but it looks like this was their first film. The movie ended up being a commercial success, earning $32 million, and had a budget of $8.5 million.
All right.
Wow.
Nice.
So it did pretty good. I think Naveen mentioned this as well. It was like this movie came out 2 weeks after Monster Squad?
2 weeks before.
2 weeks before.
2 weeks before.
This is also 87, and there was a lot of horror movie competition.
87, yeah, exactly.
It's another one that could have been
Another
released.
one, yeah.
It should have been released closer to Halloween.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have. I mean, maybe it would have done 8 times instead of just 4 times its budget.
Right.
Oh, I know. With this cast, I mean,
yeah, huge.
That sells the movie by itself. So yeah, this movie, again, like I mentioned, it has a whole slew of up and coming 80s actors. It has both Coreys, also known as the 2 Coreys, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. I didn't realize how many movies they actually did together, the 2 of them. They ended up doing in the 80s and 90s, like 7 or 8 films.
It wasn't just this and License to Drive. Like it was like a whole bunch of
lot of movies.
Yeah, I wrote some of these down. I don't know any of them. One called Blown Away, another called Dream a Little Dream.
That is a softcore porn film that they starred with Nicole Eggert, who was the older sister from Charles in Charge.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Dream a Little Dream.
I'm making this up.
Yeah, Dream a Little Dream I do know.
Right.
Okay. They did like a National Lampoon movie as well.
Really?
Did?
I don't remember this. I think this was like early 2000s maybe.
Huh.
To keep paying for their habits. I didn't realize this, but I guess during filming of this movie, Corey Feldman was partying quite a bit and doing a lot of coke. He actually got fired from the film early on because he was coming to work while coming down from coke.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
He
go on,
was
like,
the
a
one
cocaine
and
bender.
the movie kept showing up high.
You kind of think about, I mean, with Goonies and like how big a success that was, and then they were gonna try to make this into like a Goonies knockoff, which ended up being its own thing. I mean, how many films has Corey Feldman been in? He was
At that time, he was in a lot.
Hollywood sweetheart. Yeah, he was in like everything.
Well, Feldman and Haim both like, phenomenal in this movie, but had starting from around this point and just kind of ongoing for both of them, and particularly for Haim's life kind of very, very tragically kind of cut short. Like there was a lot of really awful shit happening behind the scenes for both of them.
He looks so happy in this film. I don't know what it is about it. That one scene where he's taking a bubble bath, I'm like, look at him. He's just having a good time.
I wish I enjoyed anything in my life the way Corey Haim seems to enjoy most things just happening around him.
Yeah,
like,
chilling with his dog,
he is so fantastic.
Singing.
Yeah, he's like, he's just like the epitome of like, I'm very, very sure, like especially when they cast Dustin in Stranger Things, they're just like, Corey Haim in Lost Boys energy as close to as close to that as
Corey Haim. To me, Corey Haim is like the unsung hero of the movie. Him and the grandfather.
Yeah.
No
Oh, I love the grandfather.
Yeah.
You start out, you're unsure. You're like, who's this crazy old dude? And then by the end, you're like, he fucking knew the whole time.
He's the coolest, man.
We'll get to it. We can get to it.
All right. This movie also has, as you know, Keith Sutherland did films. He came off what was it? Stand By Me. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
What's Corey Haim? Corey Feldman, rather.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then he
also may or may not have done
Flatliners.
Flatliners around the same time.
Remember he did Young Guns? They did Young Guns. They did a sequel to that too.
Yep.
Young Guns was great.
Yeah, loved it.
I don't know. His acting is just so phenomenal. He's just such a badass.
Yeah.
You
Flatliners was great. Yeah.
But yeah, this movie had other actors. Jason Patrick, he played Michael. I guess him and the girl that played Star, Jamie Gertz, had just come off a film called Solar Babies.
Yep.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Is it? I've never heard of it.
It's an early kind of Hunger Games adjacent sort of kind of cool roller skating kids in a sci-fi like dystopia, trying to find like where just trying to kind of bring water back to like the desert after the post-apocalypse.
Oh no shit! I gotta check that out. I was looking this up. I'm like, I've never heard of this movie.
It's
just
a really good film. It's a lot of fun.
I remember loving it. Yeah, I haven't watched in a long time, so I don't know if it's held up, but it was a great film back then.
I was like, what is it? It's like Muppet Babies on a sunny day. Maybe I'd probably really like it. Kermit, can you pull the shade down? Okay, Ricky. Walk away.
Laser, beautiful.
Who wants lemonade? Yeah, I guess Schumacher had seen them both in Solar Babies, thought they were perfect,
right?
And so he got them both to sign up for the film. This also has Alex Winter, young Alex Winter, who plays Bill S. Preston from Bill and Ted.
Very really colorful outfits, heavily mulleted.
Yeah, and that's about as much as I know as well.
All I know, he was the small vampire.
The Lost Boys.
He was also in that movie. Was it called Freaks or something like that? I don't know if you guys ever saw that one. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Last person I could. Go ahead.
Little bit of Alex Winter trivia. He and Keanu Reeves very, very recently, and like this kind of speaks to their friendship because Keanu did not need to do this, but Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves had kind of a modest run, I think in New York, of a theatrical production of Waiting for Godot.
Huh. Freaked in the past tense.
Freaked.
Which is a total gross out. I'm actually, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Eric and Johnny haven't seen it, and actually Naveen as well, to be honest.
Yeah, not familiar with it at all.
Toxic Avenger kind of.
It's not that dirty, but it's definitely gross out humor.
Is that like an early John Leguizamo role, or am I thinking?
It was 1993, I think it said.
It might be.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Anyway.
No. Anyways, all right. Only person else I want to shout out is Diane. Is it how do you say her last name? West?
West.
West.
Yeah.
West.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I know her from is she was the mother in Edward Scissorhands.
Oh.
Yep.
She has 2 Academy Awards.
Does she really?
Not nominations, awards. If you actually look at her IMDb, she's
fine job.
1,000 things hugely, but all like for like Hannah and her sisters, and like a whole bunch of stuff that no one here would have ever seen at any point. Crazy accomplished actress.
Yeah, something with Steve Martin, wasn't she in like LA Story or
Parenthood?
Parenthood.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Forgot about that. All right, so just give you an idea about the movie. The movie's about 2 brothers, Michael and Sam. So they move with their mother to live with their grandfather after their parents split up in Santa Carla, California, known as the murder capital of the world. It doesn't take long before the brothers realize the town is the feeding ground for a group of biker vampires led by Keith Sutherland, who plays David. There's Michael falls for a young vampire fangirl named Star. Her parents, I guess, were ex-hippies. She unsuccessfully prevents him from joining David's gang, and he becomes a half vampire. Meanwhile, Sam, who's more into comic books and bubble baths, becomes friends with the 2 brothers. Fucking loves his bubble baths. Becomes the 2 brothers, Edgar and Alan Frog, known as the Frog Brothers. That is just lazy writing right there. Sorry.
That's a direct pull from an old Edgar Allan Poe short story.
Where is it?
Yeah.
The Frog Brothers?
Yep.
Okay. They also moonlight as vampire hunters. You say suey. Together, Michael and Sam are on a mission to kill David and his gang and the head vampire who turned all of them in. Kill the head vampire who turned them all into vampires to prevent. You know, fuck this. I had a joke here. I just fucking blew my joke. So.
All right. Well, now you have to do it.
No, I have to do it. All right.
The magic of editing, we're going to go back in. Naveen, cut all this out. Eric, read back into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you got to play with your meat before you eat it, Eric.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good callback.
Wow. I love it. Okay, let's see. Should I just do the joke or start with the synopsis again?
Last sentence of the synopsis.
I'll go with the joke.
Go with the joke.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Naveen, all of this in.
Together, Michael and Sam are on a mission to kill David and his gang. David and his gang and the head vampire, in order to prevent the Fox show 24 from ever making it past the first season and the possibility of a Bill and Ted trilogy.
Definitely worth going back for.
There we go.
Worth the journey, my friend.
Fuck both of those things. Ebert gave it 2.5 stars.
Oh, boo, Raj.
He just said not enough sex. That's all it says here.
That would be a thing he would actually complain about.
Great saxophone solo, not enough sex. Sergio. What he wrote is there's some good stuff in the movie. It already sounds sad. Including a cast that's good right down the line and a willingness to have some fun with teenage culture and the mass murder capital. But when everything is all over, there's nothing to leave the theater with. No real horrors, no real dread, no real imagination. Just technique at the service of formula.
Raj always struggled with certain kinds of horror film. Like I
don't know what he was looking for there. I think what he felt is they just kind of like, it's just cookie cutter. And then by the end, the good guys win and everybody's happy.
You said this came out so it was also in August, right? Or July or August of
yeah, end of July, early August. Yeah.
Which means that it was designed to be a summer movie, just a popcorn, go sit in the theater, have a good time, have some laughs, a couple of cheap thrills, scares or whatever, a good soundtrack. Like it checks every one of those boxes. So in this case, Roger Ebert is I'm going on record, is wrong.
Yeah.
Straight up wrong.
Have we confirmed this with Andy's Letterboxd review?
I'll get on that.
Okay, like, hold on, I'm typing it right now.
I'm trying to remember even what I read.
4 stars, but I don't
Summer.
think
I don't do reviews.
I mean, $32 million in the box office with the what? You said 6 or 4 million?
$8.5 million.
$8 million.
Budget. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 stars.
4 stars. Awesome.
Wow.
And actually, you know what? After watching it again last night, I may bump that up. That might be 4.5 stars for me.
Whoa.
It's actually going to be, well, we'll get into it.
Is that half for Grandpa?
Yes.
No. What? No. What?
Actually, no. It's
star.
It's
Grandpa
4.
should get a
It's
full
4
star.
for Grandpa and half for the rest of the movie.
Whoa.
Yeah. Andy rated The Lost Boys 4.5 stars just now.
Just now. It's been done.
What'd you rate the sequel, though?
I never saw the sequel.
I didn't either. There was like 2 of them.
There's 2 of them. Yeah.
Never saw 'em.
Yeah. With any connection to like the original actors or Schumacher? Or
The third one does have Corey Feldman in it again and reprising his role.
Yeah.
The second one is who knows? It's just all different.
For anybody curious, Andy also gave 2.5 stars to Roofman. For some reason, he watched Roofman.
Again, on an airplane.
Is that the Channing Tatum one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Okay.
Roofman.
Good for you for actually watching that.
Yeah.
You know,
Hard
it
pass.
was 2.5 stars, but it was a good airplane movie, and it was better than Jurassic World Rebirth that I watched on the way home, which is a giant piece of garbage.
Rebirth is not particularly good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
I just took a flight recently. I watched Naked Gun.
The new one?
The new one.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Really?
I thought it was better than it should have been.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I'm not sure. And here's the thing too. It's like I feel like I got the jokes and they're dated jokes.
Right.
So I'm like, I feel like they're writing these jokes for maybe my parents, but they might not get all of them.
The thing that I
them,
said
so
was it felt like
correct.
they were writing it for 3 different generations of audience members.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where the inconsistency was. Because I'm like, some of this stuff is so fucking funny. Other parts of it are like, I know where the joke is, but it doesn't fit with anything else. It's just it tries to kind of just do too many things the same. I don't know.
It's fair. It's fair. I won't die in that hill.
Right.
All right. Lost Boys. Synopsis in brief. You've already said it. Sergio.
Sergio. Are you going to open up the floor?
Yeah, that's the only one I had.
Oh, all right. I got Joel Schumacher's original script, Flying Leather Daddies at the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. Went through a number of revisions.
I have, let's see, synopsis in brief. Bill S. Preston vampire.
Mm.
Come on.
Ooh.
Instead of S.
Yeah, no, it was good. I got it.
You can milk that.
Do not humor me, Naveen. I do not want your pity.
All right, the only one I got was just
What do you got?
a great quote of Grandpa's. You know the rule about taking the car and filling it up with gas without asking? Now you do.
Now you do.
Grandpa's got some bangers in this one.
Yeah.
They're carrying the body of Star upstairs. Who knows what they're going to do with her body? He's just like, been there. There's gas in the car.
He has no concern at all for the young lady that is passed out in his grandson's arms.
Santa Cruz in '87. It was just
or the random kid that's dressed like David Bowie.
Kids, when you're done with her, let me know if you want me to stuff her.
Yeah.
Oh, Grandpa.
Drop her up on the passenger seat like the dog from the gate.
You're like, no, eyes here. Keep watching. Now bite my hand. There we go.
Looks like he wasn't the only one to get lucky last night.
That dirty bastard. With those eyes.
Grandpa being like, do we have, because the whole family, unremarked in the film, but the whole family is clinically insane.
Yeah.
Grandpa comes in, he's like, do we have aftershave? No. Do we have anything close to aftershave? And Sam's like, we got Windex. And Grandpa's like, time for sex. Synopsis in brief. Michael kept progressively looking like more. Synopsis in brief. Why did Michael keep progressively looking more and more like George Michael as the film went on? He should have sang Careless Whisper to Daniel. David, fuck. Naveen, take all this out.
All right.
Was it because of the earring?
Do over.
I just finished the movie like 10 minutes before we started.
Don't worry, we're cutting this out, so you can say all that. You want to do it
Synopsis in brief. Kill your brother, you'll feel better.
I love it. All right, so I have to ask. I know, Andy, you've seen this movie like a million times.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned on a previous record, this is the third time I've seen this movie.
Right.
Every time I've seen it, I own it. I bought it after the first time I watched it.
Which is when?
Like a year ago, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones. It's like I'm catching up on like old 80s horror flicks, and it just happened to be one of the classic.
Part of the cycle.
Time that you watch Risky Business. Watch Risky Business for the first time.
Same thing, yeah. It's like I didn't see this on a flight. I think I found this on like Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. Because what they do is around Halloween, Amazon Prime just frees up a bunch of classic like 80s horror movies, and so I just went through the list. I'm like, hey, this one looks great. I should watch this one. And then I just kicked myself in the ass for like 40 something years because why the fuck haven't I watched it until now?
Right.
Yeah, next time I see it, I'm going to kick you in the ass for not watching it earlier.
Yeah,
you should. You really should.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with John.
Okay.
Because this is John's first viewing of this awesome film.
Yeah. Fellows, I'm not going to zag on like this one. Like this is a movie I had high expectations and I was completely blown away. This one from the drop is just can't say enough kind of good things about it. Like the first and foremost for me, it's just the setting of Santa Cruz, California in kind of 1987. Like what I wrote down was like, you know, this is a town I've always wanted to visit. This is a town that has a surprisingly great kind of graduate program in computer science. A coworker of mine from like New York actually got her PhD there. She's told me about it kind of at length, where there is a Santa Cruz, half of the town is relatively kind of staid and buttoned up, and the other half of Santa Cruz is just a complete freak show. The montage you get just from the jump of just the local kind of like eccentric neighborhoods in Santa Cruz, the boardwalk, the punk and kind of hippie culture that's still kind of like extant there. Like the thing that sort of blew me away is just not only is this a funny, sharply edited, really entertaining, well-performed horror film, just kind of like on its own. But I think really the genius thing that it does is it takes a part of the country that you would not associate with a horror movie typically, but you kind of get dropped into it, and you just see just from like the opening moments of film what a freak show this place is, and I love how the strangeness and the reality of an actual place just elevates something that is just so kind of well made, like as this film does.
That opening montage, right? Does that remind you of the opening to Portlandia?
100%.
Because that's what I felt right away. I'm like, well, there it is. They're showing all like the weirdos they can find on the street.
Santa Cruz in 1980, Portland in the odds, because before it sort of got just completely kind of overwhelmed, like the way that these things kind of typically do. But like the thing I had in my head over and over again as I'm watching this movie is there have to be, while Michael and Sam and their family are kind of dealing with like these kind of flying biker vampires, there has to be this plot of at least 4 other horror movies unfolding in tandem at the exact same time, like in this town, right?
Yeah. All right.
Like the Gill Man's got like a drum circle, like on the beach, and Frankenstein's being like reincarnated in like the basement of the university, and the just Wolfman. He's running the tilt-a-whirl at the boardwalk. He's dealing like a little weed.
Dude, he's icing his nuts.
His nards.
Oh, my nards.
Sergio is actually like a reincarnated like inking god. Like there's this whole other investigation. So they find like his like kind of drawings like on the side of Machu Picchu or like whatever the fuck up. It feels so natural, like a place where kind of weird shit is happening, and it immediately kind of just sort of just puts you in a completely like unique and convincing place.
How fucking insane was that scene where like the saxophonist shows up, and then everybody's out there like dancing and having a good time. I thought the first time I saw this, I was like, that guy, he is just pure sex. He's amazing.
Shawn Michaels.
I looked him up. I forget what this guy's name is, but he was like the saxophonist for Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
During like the Thunderdome period.
Hmm.
Yeah, they greased him all up. They threw him out there. He fucking owned
The
that.
whole band had kind of like an apocalyptic vibe. Like at that
Man, that's what I missed out on the 80s.
Yeah. All of that, everything.
Sergio's.
So
Sergio's.
fun. It's like, yeah.
I wrote down, this is not a completed joke. I wrote down, quote, sax player, ... something, horn grease. There's a joke in there somewhere. I didn't take the time to figure it out, to flesh
He's
it
not
out.
playing a Rico. That is a Van Doren if I've ever seen one.
I also heard he's a saxophone teacher at your music store.
Yeah. That's a true story. And actually, he still looks just as good and greasy.
I heard when you go to your lessons, you don't actually bring a saxophone. You just show up without a shirt on. You just start dancing.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Wow.
Most successful teacher we have.
Right. Is there any chance he could introduce me to Jenny Slate? It's just ask for a friend.
Maybe.
All right, Naveen, what's your history with this film?
Definitely grew up with it. Obviously, again, did not watch it in theaters or anything, but a year or so later, when it started coming on TV or we could rent it, is when we started watching it, and just awesome. Would always and anytime it would come on the TV on cable and stuff, you would just stop and you would watch, and who cares about the commercials? It's like, this is great.
My 20 seconds of actual history with this film was in high school. I was at the Avon McDonald's from Naveen and his brother. They had a TV in the background that started playing Lost Boys, and both of them were like, oh shit, this movie, sweet.
Yeah. So, and then just thinking about it, watching it again and being reminded of how awesome it was, I could see why Monster Squad didn't do so well, being in the wake of just that awesome movie. And again, both movies probably would have done better having been released in, during the season. But
during the season, but again, sort of like the 80s, I think there was some statistic in either 83 or 84 that I heard it. Not only was there a new horror movie being released theatrically every week that year, but a new slasher horror movie was being released theatrically every single week that year. This is just a period of like they were just they're fire hosing these things out.
Yeah, and for this one, I thought the acting was great, the writing was great. It moved rather quick. Like some of the parts, I'm like, wow, that comes this early in the movie. Like when he starts the whole maggot scene and the worm scene, it's like that happened pretty early on. Like, so I was like, wow, and it just moved along. Again, that sweet spot that we always talk about, the 90 minutes, and it just gets in, gets out, and leaves you wanting more.
Yeah,
you say that, right? I bought this on Blu-ray thinking there was going to be extras. There's no deleted scenes, no alternate endings, nothing.
Isn't there like a character that was credited in the movie, but they kind of took all our scenes out because of some thing?
There was. I don't remember who it was, but I remember reading that.
I was pissed because once you finally got, like, especially like the Frog Brothers, they're kind of here or there. They're not like, they're main characters, but you don't get enough of them. Like all these characters, I felt like once I finally got used to them, then they just wrapped up the story. And I'm like, if you added on like another 20 minutes or something where they're like vampire hunting or something,
This film comes out now. There's 3 Netflix spin-offs. There's a cinematic universe. Like this, this is a wild thing. Like what characterizes, I think, some of the best stuff in this kind of genre is kind of going in, and like, there's 20 hours worth of content. Like this town, the aesthetics, the soundtrack, the look, the vibe, the characters. They could just kind of keep making movie after movie about this. And like the fact that this was just sort of like a one and done, I think makes it even more remarkable.
Yeah.
That's also another thing about the 80s, which happened in a couple of movies we've seen now. There's the music, and they actually, at that time, there would be a theme song for that movie. Neverending Story had it. This has it.
True.
It's like it was a song written for the movie, and it became that powerful theme song.
That kind of died when Will Smith, like those songs became real Will Smith rapping over the credits.
Yeah,
I think we kind of got tired of that at a certain point.
And the songs in this particular movie, what's the main theme called? Is it Cry Little Sister?
Cry Little Sister. Yeah.
Cry Little Sister is, it's like it's almost like they've got it set up similar to like a Broadway play or something like that, or a musical where there's like a main theme that just keeps coming back and coming. It's not like it just plays over.
Like 2/3 of the way through the movie, they drop the entirety of the song. I think after Michael and Star actually have sex.
That's right.
They just kind of clouds for like a little bit.
Yeah.
Does it piss you off? I don't know. Something about it just doesn't click with me. That's the one thing I don't like about the film.
They added Standing Theory. They added
song,
Star last minute because someone came up to Schumacher and they're like, "We need to get something heterosexual happening in this movie because it's just everything else."
But wait, just to clarify, Eric, you're talking about this. You don't like the song.
The song, Cry Little Sister.
I love the song.
Do you really?
I love it.
Did you listen to the Marilyn Manson version of it that I sent you?
Yes, I have heard the Marilyn Manson version once or twice. It's terrible.
Really? I thought they did good. I thought he did a better job with it.
Yeah,
there's another cover that was done before the Marilyn Manson version by a band that I honestly I can't even remember the name of at this point.
You say George Michael.
It's definitely not George Michael.
Echo and the Bunnymen?
No.
Oh, God, I wish it was.
Right. Why does the Vampire Lair have a giant Jim Morrison poster? It's so good.
You know what? I questioned that for about 2 seconds, and then I'm like, they're teenagers, I guess. So if that was their college dorm room or something, it's cool to hang up a Jim Morrison poster.
Yeah.
The Doors are the worst band from that generation or any other generation, and Jim Morrison is one of the most overrated lead singers in the history of music.
Yeah, that poster wasn't about the music.
No, fine, but I'm just putting it out there. The fact that the movie starts with a Doors tune, or early on actually has a Doors tune in it. I love it in spite of that. Certainly not because of it.
Right.
That's fair. All right, Andy.
So I don't remember
your hot take about this movie. You've seen it a lot more than I have.
I don't remember when I first saw it. It was definitely well into my teens. Probably on, like Naveen said, on HBO or on, whatever, some Sunday afternoon it's on TV or something like that. And I remember loving it the first time I watched it. And then I went quite a bit of time in between sort of the first watch and then when I really sat down and watched it again with more adult eyes. And man, it's held up for me ever since I first time I saw it. It still holds up. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, which is interesting just based on my, lack of interest typically in horror. And although this one really isn't a horror movie, if we're being honest, it has a little bit of gore in it.
Notice anything when you react to a horror movie, Andy, you really these things do really kind of strike you from time to time.
Yeah, and this one is just I don't know. There's something about it that I put it in that same kind of category. And I keep saying this over and over again, but the same category is like the Goonies and Monster Squad and other others of that ilk from that time, sort of that time frame. It just hits for me every single time. I love it. I love it.
Do you feel after watching this that, I mean, Monster Squad, there's some violence and some cursing and stuff like that, and it has campiness galore, but I'm after watching Monster Squad again for our last record and then watching this again, I like this one so much better than Monster Squad, and Monster Squad just felt
Monster Squad has fun moments and has kind of good one-liners and like a lot of goofy shit. This is a movie.
Yeah,
this is a movie.
It's like movie. That one I felt like nostalgia just kind of like got thrown out the door, and then I was left with what that movie was, and I was like, it's really not much there to like bring you back.
I agree.
It's fun in its own ways. Like, I mean, I'd show my kids that movie, but I don't think I would, for myself, I'd go back and watch it.
Right.
I will always love Monster Squad, but if you're just comparing Monster Squad to the Lost Boys is 10 times the movie that Monster Squad is.
Yeah, agreed. All right. Talking about the Lost Boys, like you guys keep mentioning, I guess originally they want to make this like another Goonies type film. Joel Schumacher kind of saw where they would end up with it and decided, you know what, we need to bring more people into the audience, to the theater. So let's bring in who's popular now. Let's find some popular stars and make them like older. So they get like Kiefer Sutherland, who actually didn't even want to do the film, but he was like a huge fan of like In Excess and some of the bands they got for like the soundtrack. So he's like, all right, sweet, I'll do it. Why not?
Nice.
Yeah, so they got him on board. They got, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, all these other great actors. And I mean, it's probably the smarter choice based on how it turns out. But again, the Lost Boys, the script, the way it was written, they're kind of like the Lost Boys from Peter Pan, where they're on they're Neverland. They never get older. They can fly. They can do all these different things. So I guess thinking about that, right? And the two people that wrote the script, they had that in mind as well when they were writing this. I guess I didn't look too much into the fun facts, but originally there was a possibility that Michael could have been Peter Pan. I don't know what the script looked like at that time, but I heard it had some revisions. So thinking about that, say this is supposed to be like, David and gang are the Lost Boys. Who would then be Peter Pan, or who would be Wendy, or even Captain Hook? Do you guys have any thoughts?
So I want to jump in first, just because I'm gonna show my whole ass on this one. I'll be completely
the whole ass
and the asshole. Completely honest, and I'm embarrassed to admit, I never made the connection between the Lost Boys and the Lost Boys. Never made that connection.
Neither did I. Andy, neither did I.
Really?
Okay.
Really?
Now that you say it, I'm like, oh, well, shit. Yeah, obviously. I mean,
that's the first fucking thing I thought. Amazing.
It never occurred to me. I don't even know how it never occurred to me. Because I love Peter Pan. I think Peter Pan and the movie Hook, and I'm all in on anything Peter Pan. I think it's great.
You're the Peter Pan fan.
That's right. I love Peter Pan. I do.
And the peanut butter.
No, actually, I'm a Jif guy when it comes to peanut butter.
It's not GIF.
Yeah, that's a different kind. So I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I never made the connection. But now that when I saw your question, Eric, that came out to everybody, I was like, oh shit, yeah, okay. And then I proceeded to write, and I'm going to spare the audience. I proceeded to write a page and a half of notes on how the two overlap and how they
awesome
compare with one another. So, I'll leave it up to everybody else, and then I'll just, maybe I'll just throw my 2 cents.
Can you just start by saying like Tinkerbell's dead?
Tinkerbell is definitely dead.
In this reality, Tinkerbell's dead.
Yep. So anyway, go ahead, guys. You give. What do you guys think who's the Peter Pan? Who's the Wendy? Who's the Captain Hook? Who's
curious to see what you guys think, because I thought about it one way and then I changed my mind completely after thinking about it again.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to go?
Naveen, go.
I didn't make the connection, as we already mentioned, and who are all these people? It was kind of hard to figure that out. I mean, I guess in one way, Michael is that Peter Pan as he's going into the Lost Boys world, the Neverland, and becoming one of them. And then kind of like with Hook, he comes out and becomes human again, where, you know, you got the Hook Robin Williams, he becomes old and then he has to remind himself who he is, kind of thing. So if you take that kind of storyline, it works. Wendy was a kind of a tough one. You could kind of think it was Star, but would it kind of be the mom? Because Wendy was that mother figure who was nice.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. You know, but there wasn't really, I don't remember a female in the Lost Boys world in, you know, that Neverland.
That's a good point. I was thinking Star is maybe not what you think. Maybe Star is the thing that maybe brings the people to Neverland, maybe? Like she is like I don't know, that's your Tinkerbell. Because for like female characters in like Peter Pan world, I'm like, who is there? There's Tinkerbell, I guess she's female. There's Tiger Lily. She doesn't do a whole lot. No. It's a tough one. But what do you think, John?
I
fucking hate Peter Pan and GIF sucks.
Well, I just on the GIF thing, I'm just happy to have just joyous Naveen back again.
Oh my God, this is post risky business Naveen.
Welcome back, buddy.
Well, it was a good movie. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so it should be pointed out, in the original Peter Pan novel, do you remember what Wendy's two brothers were named?
Michael and
David.
One was
John, the other was Michael. So there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
My read is and again, when you wish upon second star to the right, straight on till morning. There's an analogy there. I don't think any of these are intended to be sort of complete metaphors that you kind of unwrap. I mean, I think there's kind of four quadrants to what Lost Boys kind of refers to. It's sort of 80s disaffected youth, where it's kind of ranging from just kind of latchkey kids that are just kind of out on their own, kind of like sort of full out gang members that are completely disaffected from society. The whole Peter Pan thing is the second kind of quadrant of that. The vampire thing is kind of like the third part of that, and there's a kind of a good analogy. There's this connection that is not very obvious at first, but exactly what we're talking about. Again, you sort of, as a vampire, you stay young, you never grow old, you have all these powers and abilities that kind of typical young people would kind of not have. And I think like the fourth quadrant, kind of speaking to, I think, what is either sort of alluded to in the film, if not kind of spoken outright, is a lot of just kind of just California kind of gay youth subculture from like the 70s and the 80s. In terms of like specific analogies, you can kind of go into, well, Star is probably Wendy, Michael is Michael, the little kid Laddie is probably John in this case, although I remember kind of John being like the older brother of the two. So those three can be kind of seen as like the kids that have visited Neverworld, so they're kind of half vampires. They have kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the movie. David, obviously, Peter Pan, like the remaining vampires, kind of like the Lost Boys. I would see kind of Max as Captain Hook as the more violent, adult, intense representation of that. And then that sort of kind of gets you back to the mother, who kind of may be Mrs. Darling, if you just want to, if you really want to stretch the metaphor.
And who's Grandpa?
Who's Grandpa?
I thought Grandpa was Hook. Because Grandpa, he's kind of like the adult in this situation. He knows everything that's going on. There is no mystery. He's just like, I'm surrounded by vampires. Like he just knows these things. So he's been dealing with this shit forever. What
if Grandpa was Smee? If Smee had actually escaped from Netherland?
Smee, okay.
And because what wasn't that like a thing? Andy confirmed this. Wasn't that a thing in Hook, that there was an elderly guy that was actually Smee or one of the escaped Lost Boys? Or no,
there was an elderly guy who lost his marbles, and he was trying to find his marbles. He was, I think, one of the
original Lost Boys.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So that maybe the grandpa, because like the fact that he's out of his mind, and the fact like that the second his family, his daughter, his two grandsons arrive in Santa Clara, like the fact that the first thing he doesn't say to them is, oh yeah, there's fucking vampires like living in this town.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm like, the mom is Wendy. Max is Peter, trying to bring her over to Neverland. Here was the one interesting one that it kind of dawned on me. I'm not sure how I got there, but I kept thinking about Nanook. I'm like, what a weird fucking name for a dog. It's like a husky, I guess. So like,
it's like a Nanook North reference from like that crazy movie that came out like 100 years ago.
This is what I thought, though, right? I was like, if you break up the name, like, remember the dog's name Nana?
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's like
Nana,
and then the Hook maybe is like from Hook, Captain Hook. I saw somebody online mention, they're like, hey, the dog, maybe the dog is the crocodile because it bites. It bites Michael's hand, and I'm like, that's a weird thing to say, but at the same time, I'm like, well, but then, like, you know, Captain Hook gets a hook because his hand gets bit off, and so I'm like, Nana, Hook.
What do you guys just this popped into my mind? But what do you think about like the possibility that the grandpa is actually like an ex-half vampire? Like he was converted back in the day, and somebody rescued him from that. So it's a end of weapon situation where he's like, you know, the danger is past, but I'm still kind of fucked up and crazy by the experience that I had.
That's fair. What if he's Peter Pan? What if the widow is Wendy? He's like, look, I didn't marry her, but I'm still banging her. I can fly.
And then he start singing Careless Whisper.
All right, I want to hear what Andy had.
All right, so
I don't have half an hour for you, so give it to me in
I won't.
2 minutes.
I promise. Okay, so I guess first of all, you know, you got the whole vampirism is the equivalent of eternal youth, which of course is the whole Lost Boys thing. Peter is sort of like the charismatic, reckless, fun guy, but he's also super selfish, which to me is David. He has a similar energy, but obviously, you know, very different, I guess, consequences to his personality traits.
Yeah.
Santa Carla is obviously Neverland. Both exist sort of outside of adult oversight. Kids make the rules. You know, it kind of just is what it is, whatever the inhabitants want it to be.
Were the Frog Brothers the Indians?
Right.
Maybe.
Right. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
for the audio listeners, everybody is kind of making a face right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what to fucking do with that.
I feel like the argument could also be made that the Frog Brothers are maybe a little bit Captain Hooky as well, though, because they also know everything that's going on in the town.
But the Frog Brothers, I mean, they're literally, they got knives, they're hand whittling their weapons, they're wearing war paint at a certain point.
Yep, you're right. Absolutely.
Oh, true.
Absolutely. So Lucy, the mom, is to me is Wendy. She's the caretaker, warm, safe, the most human character perhaps in the entire movie. And I think Max is Captain Hook. He wants to own the Lost. He wants to be in charge of the Lost Boys. He doesn't want to play with them necessarily. He just wants to kind of be their leader. He's looking for a mother figure to complete the family. Which of course would be the Wendy. You know, he's kind of moved past his reckless adolescence and into like, I don't know, what would you call it? Like predatory adulthood or something like that.
Boys need a mother.
Yeah. Boys need a mother. Boys need a mother.
He's like, I'm not a child predator because she's like 50. Right.
Well, sure. But wait, she's like 50, but how old is Max? He might be like 400. We don't know.
He could be.
So, you know, that's like the vampirism version of pedophilia, I think.
I guess. Yeah.
So anyway, that's the gist of what I came up with. I could keep going, but that's the gist of it.
Did anybody else notice that they styled Mike's dad from Stranger Things identically to Max and Love the Lost Boys?
Yes.
About that?
similar look.
I did not clock that at all.
It's
but
really it kind of confused me at first, because I'm like, Jesus, is that the same? No, it's just like they found an identical looking actor and gave him the same like glasses and haircut.
Yeah, but they made one character completely and totally useless, and the other one kind of awesome in his own way, and you can infer which one is which.
I haven't finished the series yet, but I do believe
Mike's dad is the most useless character on screen. I hate him.
Yeah,
I hate him. I hate him.
I love it how his wife's going to cheat on him, and then he doesn't have to do anything.
Right. She literally sees him sleeping. And she's like, you know what? This is not worth the date.
She wasn't even looking at him. She's looking at her daughter, and she's like, oh shit, if that little bitch rats me out, then she's grounded for life.
Holly opens one eye and she's like,
yeah, I know. Dylan, Mike.
I haven't finished the last 3 episodes of Stranger Things yet.
Oh,
if it's all about cucking, do not spoil it like ahead of time. It gets really weirdly sexual.
Billy's back.
That's just one of the small side plots, Johnny. It's just a side plot.
Right.
Yeah. Right. He's like, all right, Eddie, hold her. Let's go.
Eddie comes out with a guitar.
What? I know. Play me in. I'm going. That Motel 6 has never seen so much action.
Motel 6.
Oh God. Okay. So I'm just gonna blow your guys' minds and then we'll move on.
All right.
I'm just saying it now. Peter Pan was Jim Morrison. You're welcome.
Whoa.
You're welcome. No, I'm kidding. I have no fucking idea.
Not helpful.
No, I know it's not.
Right.
That's what I'm here for. All right. So the vampires in this movie, how do they line up with everything you know about vampires? I mean, whatever. This is the same thing with Monster Squad, right?
Right.
What they're talking about. How do you kill a wolf man? What are the different ways you kill a vampire? And then like they're making up half that shit. And then you see this film, and then they're just making up other new stuff you didn't know about vampires. The one I want to give away, by the way, which I still don't understand, is how come if you kill a vampire and it covers you in its blood, it turns to glitter in the sun? Well, do you remember the scene?
So one of my Vigos is about that. All the blood.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
All the blood in the movie. And keep in mind too that like after the one vampire gets killed in the bathtub with the holy water and all of his goo sprays all over the place, that's also meant to be blood. It's not like it's not like, I don't know, vampire particular. It's all meant to be blood. And the reason, so they put glitter in every ounce of blood that was used in the entire movie.
Wow.
Specifically,
Schumacher, baby.
Yeah, specifically to make it glimmer in any kind of light that was because it was a pretty dark movie. Dark meaning ambient light, dark.
And then Schumacher was like, when they're sleeping like bats, give them all nipples.
Yeah, and make sure everybody has nipples. So yeah, so there was actually glitter.
By the way.
Well, yeah. So there was glitter in everything. So anyway, continue.
That's all I'm going to contribute. What do you guys have?
So like an interesting thing about sort of vampire mythology is you can do whatever the fuck with it for the sake of like the story. It's just because all this kind of comes from like sort of like an Eastern European sort of like just sort of like legend and mythology, and none of it is consistent. None of it makes any sense. For anybody that has seen the Robert Eggers Nosferatu film from like a couple years back, those have vampires that bite people in the chest instead of the neck. You sort of watch that and you're like, oh, that's some goofy little stylistic thing that Eggers decided to kind of do just to kind of set his movie apart. And you actually read about afterwards, like the origins of the vampire myth were people got bit in the chest, because that's kind of where the more arterial vasculature is. That it's closer to like the heart. The idea of having a vampire, that the mythological idea of having a vampire kind of bite somebody in the neck came from the Hollywood representations of these things, because it was more overtly sexual.
I thought it was from Interview with the Vampire in something, because you think about that series, Anne Rice's vampire series. It's all it could be before that. Probably like Nosferatu, like the original
Nosferatu, like the recent one.
Yeah,
you look it up, and it actually kind of comes from like kind of Slavic fairy tales from like the 1200s. It's a much older idea, an older version of what that monster is.
So I guess the next question is, in this one, what do you think that they did different, and do you think that it works?
So I think the way that they treated sunlight in the movie was a bit inconsistent. And because like you've got the one scene where David is grabbing I forget whose ankle he's grabbing, but
Sam's.
Yeah. And it pulls his hand out into the sun, and I mean it literally, burns his hand, it fries his hand. But yet you've also got the you've got the Lost Boys that are, I guess, do they ever show them in like dusk light, or is it all at nighttime when they've got them out in?
I think it was when
it doesn't show like any kind of, the sun is still kind of going down situation. Mostly at night on the boardwalk.
Okay, all right. So then maybe I'm mistaken about it being completely inconsistent, but I do feel like sunlight wasn't treated in the same way that it is in other movies where they like just spontaneously combust if they even get touched a little bit by it. They also
I love how he cries, by the way, when that happens. His hand catches on fire, and you see a single tear coming down his face.
Right.
And then I'm just like, look, he's laughing because maybe he's not used to feeling pain, so it reminds him of what it's like to be human.
Well, or it's like, or he has like this moment like, that's the first time my skin has touched the sun in
maybe
years, decades, centuries.
So that was like he was just having an orgasm.
Well, another.
You always get like a single tear.
Oh God.
All right.
Another Vigo's toes. Another Vigo's toes is that the tear was not in the script. It was not even meant to be a part of the whole thing. But Kiefer Sutherland's contact lenses were bothering his eyes. Yes. And the director saw the tear and thought that it really kind of fit the whole aesthetic of the.
This is why this is a 4.5 star movie. This is. I
love it.
This is a great one. Yeah.
So good. It's so good. But like they don't have much in the way of like the religious defenses, like the crosses and stuff like that. They don't really touch on that much in the movie.
Yeah, multiple times tries doing like a cross with his fingers.
We got holy water. But that's,
I mean, but like they don't lean into it like a lot of other vampire movies do, where like they're holding up the brass or the copper cross or whatever the heck it is, silver cross and all that kind of stuff.
But it also, like, I've never seen another movie where if you invite the mechanical shift of, if you invite a vampire into the house, a bunch of their weaknesses are automatically like negated, like being able to see cast reflections, or like or them developing like a natural immunity to holy water, like the way that Max actually did.
And also answer a question for me, guys, because maybe I've missed this, but I know that they invite Max gets invited into the house.
Right.
Does that automatically mean that all of his disciples can also enter the house without being invited? Because like Star comes in the window without being invited.
Yeah.
David and the rest of the Lost Boys come in without being invited.
This is what I understand from it, right? Because I said the same thing about Max. He got invited in one time. The second time, he just kind of strolls in. And
is it just the one time that you have to be?
Yeah, because then Michael calls him out and he says, yeah, well, you were immune last time, but you're not this time. So I think what it is if they walk into your home, they're still like, they can still be affected by this.
It's like getting a hepatitis B vaccine.
I feel like
one thing and then you're good.
Got it.
Look, if you don't get tested and you have COVID, then do you really have COVID? So just cough it up.
If a tree falls in the woods kind of thing. Yeah,
I guess. But I think they try to explain it at the end, but based on the type of movie it is, do you really need an explanation for it?
Ultimately, like I said, like this has always been a malleable thing that serves the story rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
Naveen, anything to add there?
My thought on that was with Star, she mentioned that she hadn't really turned yet, right? She was still kind of half like laddie.
Half vampire thing versus full vampire thing is something to call out.
Yeah. Right. So maybe that was a thing there. And then with the rest of the Lost Boys, probably because they were in just full vampire mode and they're ready to attack. They didn't need the invitation, you know. But yeah, making it malleable, I guess, that way to make it fit your story.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, just the holy water, the stake through the heart. I guess the newest thing that I didn't clock when I was a kid and couldn't figure out was the whole head vampire. You kill them and then it kind of cures the lesser vampires. You know, you can.
Although that's a detail in a relatively early Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. You have to kill like the head vampire.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they think it's Mr. Burns the entire time, but it turns out it's Marge.
Yeah, she's like,
and she's just like, I do have a life outside this family.
Yeah, it's a great one.
And that was I saw that after though. I saw Lost Boys came first.
It's true. It's true.
Lost Boys did it.
Lost Boys did it first.
Ultimately, it is that pitch meeting thing of so the movie can happen, you know?
Yeah. Why don't you get all the way off my back about that?
There we go.
What about vampires sleeping upside down by their toes?
Those toes were funky looking, huh?
Yeah.
Just awesome.
Was Quentin Tarantino like an early like AD on this? He's like, let's see their feet.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. More toes, please.
Only other thing I can even think of that did a version of this was the Tim Burton Batman, like the original one.
Toes?
Remember Kim Basinger wakes up and Michael Keaton's just sleeping upside down. His ankles are strapped like a squat rack. I can't remember. He really likes being a bat.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it again. I don't remember that scene.
You don't remember that? It's insane. It is bug nuts insane.
So something I forgot to mention with the whole glitter blood thing is, I was thinking, like, is there anything else that's done something like that? And it brought me back to the days when John and me were watching the Twilight movies. And I forgot. Do you remember they glittered?
So Eric and I
sun.
Let's rewind a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Because Andy is sort of looking away from the camera, and like Naveen is looking directly into the camera, and both of these are kind of like making it uncomfortable. You remember we watched a couple.
Everybody stare at Johnny.
Sorry, we watched what?
I'm not outing us, by the way. So yeah, let's take a step back. So yeah, we're justified. It's cool and all because we didn't read.
People figured that out when your choice was Lost Boys. Anyway, but so the guys who did like the initial seasons of Mystery Science Theater 3000 eventually pivoted to a website called Riff Tracks, where they would release commentary tracks you could play over very famous Hollywood movies. This is going years and years back, another life, another time. But when Eric and I were living just down the street from each other, we would watch these things constantly on Friday nights. And the absolute funniest, the absolute best of these comedy tracks to listen to was for the original Twilight movies, because those Twilight movies are so goddamn insane. And they're funny, they're entertaining to watch just on itself, and like kind of like the sort of like the riff, the comedy track kind of go in the background. I lost track of the number of times Eric and I had probably seen like the first like 2 or 3 kind of Twilight films. So we are
money for Twilight, which I would never have done under normal circumstances.
Right.
But also the music. Fuck Kristen Stewart, who was involved in like choosing songs for like the soundtrack for these films. Right. And they're hard to get too. Some of these are actually hard to get if you're trying to buy them on vinyl.
Right. They're insane movies because these books are written by a deeply miserable, possibly depressed Mormon woman from Utah who started kind of live journaling like her dreams at one point, and it kind of turned into like a book series that turned into that sort of eventually sort of made her like a millionaire. But everybody, when Hollywood is kind of faced with the inevitable sort of task of adapting these things into like actual films, they got legitimately talented and interesting actors and directors to kind of work on them. So it's a weird 80% of like the Twilight films are so stupid and inexplicable and bizarre. And then you have like this little perimeter on the outskirts, like the soundtrack that you're like, this is actually really, really cool.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of just really entertaining, like, and interesting. These are all movies that make you insane as well.
Tom York had like an original single that he put out from that. I still listen to it to this day.
If you guys know the Muse song Supermassive Black Hole, it's set to like a scene of vampires kind of playing baseball in the rain.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
But it's funny because we have riff tracks, so we're not like gay. It's not like we went to see it because we were like
it's not like we saw it in theaters until the third one came out.
Yeah, until the third one. Yeah, thank you for saying that. I was keeping that fact out from this, but now that it's been recorded,
I can take all this out. Literally, a car alarm in my apartment complex went off the second I started talking about this, as if the universe itself is saying, "Do not confess to this on mic."
Did you see? I clapped off camera.
Wow!
And then it just kicked it in. I'm like,
I knew it.
Cut the shit.
This had your fingerprints all over it.
But you know what? I was the one who brought up that they had glittery skin when they went out in the sun. So I mean, I guess that's on me. That's on me. I own this one.
All right. Well, it's like when David says to Michael, "My blood is in yours," and Michael really again looking like George Michael, the haircut, and gradually more and more makeup and sweating. He's got the single earring. He looks David dead in the eye, and he goes, "And mine is in yours." And then they fight more. I'm still trying to like completely pull together what that exchange meant, but
this is what I was thinking when I was watching this film, and I must have been really tired or something, or very horny. But I just imagine the sex scene where David's like, you know what, that's it. I'm taking Michael's like, that's it, fuck it. I'm taking Star. I'm taking David's girl. I'm just gonna bang her in like the vampire layer.
Right. And it resolved nothing.
As they're fucking, right? Just like Michael just leans his head back and he's like, yeah. He's not even touching her. His arms are waving in the air as he's just banging her from behind. He's like, yes. And he looks up and then he just sees like David looking down at him, like hanging from his toes, and he just kind of winks. Or he reaches down and gives him like an upside down high five, Spider-Man style.
It's like my favorite Letterboxd review of the Superman movie, which is like if Clark had actually figured out what Lex needed, the only thing Lex would be arching would be his back. There's a little subtext in this movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. So this movie, I think we can all conclude, is a classic. Ebert is a bitch. I don't buy his. I think he just kind of dialed it in for this one. Yeah, there are plot holes. Yeah, some of it's like predictable. But I mean, there's something about this movie that makes it so good. So I think we should just take this opportunity to talk about Grandpa, why Grandpa is the fucking boss in this film. But what else makes this movie a classic?
The whole thing. I mean, it's just a classic because it's fun. We keep talking about the latchkey thing, that coming of age stuff, the kids being the heroes of the day. Right. And you wanting to be those kids to be the hero of the day or the week, saving whoever, wherever.
The Frog Brothers were so ready to kill an adult man.
Yeah.
Any later version of this would have had them bitch out or sort of be hesitant, but the second they actually have a chance to stab Alex Winter through the heart, they're like, okay, but let's do this. Boom.
I like how Laddie bursts out of a sofa at one point. Completely unprovoked. He's just feeling the vampire rage. Bursts out of a sofa. The Frog Brothers like, get him. And then like Corey Feldman's like, dude, I'm so hyped. I've never killed a vampire midget before. That is classic. Classic.
Yeah. Just everything hit. It was awesome.
I would say, I mean, just the overall vibe, the overarching vibe of the whole movie is sort of just what makes it so classic and such a comfortable place for people of our generation to kind of be in, because it's like it I don't know, it has that same feel that a lot of movies from that era had, which just hits the right way. I don't know how I really don't know how to say it. It's just the vibe just works. The villains are cooler than the heroes. There's this perfect blend of like seriousness and weirdness and ridiculousness. It nails that feeling of being like mid growing up, like, sort of in that like that weird space between being a kid and being an adult.
You're clocking a bit that the actual grown-up world is kind of fucked up and dangerous, and these things sort of represent what that anxiety is, and kind of what the healthy response to that anxiety, which is like, I need to learn how to fight these things that I'm eventually going to be going up against.
Yep.
Yeah, your teenage years, adults, they're all monsters.
Totally.
Yeah.
And we've said it already, I think, but it has what I would argue is the greatest final line of any movie ever made.
Yeah. The thing about this movie, right? Kiefer Sutherland, that is the scariest part of this entire film for me. He is just so fucking terrified. Like Max, I laughed when he was a vampire. He just looks like some goofy, he's some punk that he's like, I'm a vampire too. And you're like, okay, fuck off.
Whatever, dude.
Kiefer could have made that character scary if this had just been a movie about a biker gang that hung out on the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. Didn't even need like the vampire shit. He just has those crazy eyes.
True. And that's the thing. He led this movie. And before even seeing this film, just that image of him just coming out of the darkness with the contact lenses and the teeth and everything, it's just always kind of lived in my head.
Yep.
And then you see the film and you're like, okay, yeah, that confirms it. It's still pretty fucking scary. Even though this is such a campy film. Like that thing still kind of just settles weird for you.
It's an iconic image.
Yeah.
It really is.
So a kind of for me, like the big takeaway thing for me is like, back in college, girl I dated for a bit was really a very, very passionate fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If we did not get the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show, Whedon kind of like eventually kind of went on to kind of like make the Avengers and kind of set the identity and the tone for like a lot of the entertainment, particularly the horror stuff, the comic booky stuff that sort of became like the thing that we kind of really love as adults. If Buffy the Vampire Slayer did not happen, a lot of the things that we really enjoy now, certainly out of kind of recent comic book movies, or horror movies, like Weapons does not happen without Buffy. Superman does not happen without Buffy. Deadpool versus Wolverine does not happen without Buffy. The Lost Boys does not happen without. I'm sorry, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show, does not happen with Lost Boys. From like, I only kind of followed the show like while I was kind of like dating this girl. It was kind of like relatively kind of limited time, but she was such a big fan of Buffy that one night she was like, why don't we rent the original kind of Christy Swanson Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie and kind of see like where this came from. It's a shit movie that has nothing to do with the show.
Paul Rubens is in it.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. just
good on Randy's not in it.
But Lost Boys is it had to be the genesis of what Buffy sort of actually became, up till and including literally like the vampire design, like particularly kind of Max at the end, like as this movie goes on, it becomes more and more an episode like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, including the sense of humor, including like the meta awareness that that the characters all have, or kind of like the rules sort of around them, including like the big bad that has the ability at the end of every scene to kind of go in and kind of bend those rules and kind of fuck around like things like a little bit, including the jokes, including like the willingness to end a movie on a way that movies, and certainly like not horror movies, were ended in 1987 when the vampire with like grandpa kind of come in and just like, yeah, these fucking vampires everywhere. It's the craziest shit, man. And everybody's staring at him.
Grandpa.
Credits kind of
Is he drinking his root beer?
What I love about kind of
smart.
just taking a close look at older movies, and what I love about like, you know, what on this podcast we have the chance to discuss is looking at the lineage of this thing. Me kind of watching this movie, I'm like, okay, this is in a way like the literal grandfather of a lot of the art, like a lot of the shit that we truly enjoy, kind of love, and like in kind of like the modern era.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. I did watch Buffy back in the day, and the only thing that I thought about for a second, I'm like, oh no, vampires are invading the suburbs. What are we gonna do?
Right.
And I'm like, it's the suburbs. So
Seth Green has a I kind of like sort of kind of put kind of like Buffy by the way. So, but even for like the two seasons I watch, there's a line that sort of sticks out with me of just the idea of like, you can have a show about characters that have reconciled themselves to this universe. Someone is asking Seth Green at one point, he's like, has high school kind of become depressing like a little bit? And Seth Green's like, I don't know, but when I pick up the school paper, the first thing I turn to is the obits.
But another thing that makes this movie awesome was Andy had mentioned it, I think, in a previous record episode, that it's got a solid soundtrack.
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, I know Andy's not a fan of the Doors, but the opening song, I think, was kind of good because they were moving in, and it's like When You're a Stranger and the Freaks and all those things.
It's a cover too. It's not even
it's
the
not
original.
I think the opening one is the Doors, and I think it ends with Echo and the Bunnymen covering it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
It's not on the soundtrack. That's why.
So there's the Doors version and the Echo version. At different
I think they're both in there, yeah. And then I know Eric didn't like the theme song of it, but the Cry Little Sister I thought was really a haunting kind of song that kind of fit.
Yeah,
I love both versions of that song. Or like you know, that was right up that was right up the base for me.
Yeah, and even though they used it like 3 or 4 times throughout the song, I think throughout the movie, I think the song really,
to Andy's point, it kept coming back.
Yeah,
right.
Just stop it. Just stop it.
So
classic.
Just it made it a great movie. Yeah. All those elements together.
They also threw on Tim Cappello, the sax man. They threw his song on there too.
Did they really?
Yeah. So if you're into oily, sexy dudes, then there's a song.
And who isn't?
Just looking back over my notes, like 2 things that sort of jump up, like when they when the kids kind of go into the church and they're stealing holy water, and they're actually running a baptism. Yeah, and they look at the guys kind of the canteens, and one of the Frog Brothers just like a fist bump thing. He's like, like, our brother. He turns to walk off.
It's like the wolf in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yes,
just in the air, like. Ugh.
Eric was sitting right next to me when I saw that. Like I laughed so good.
I was like, what's the wolf gonna do? He's like, yeah, brother, I got you right here.
That other thing. And so a pitch for like a later podcast episode. My brothers. Bonfire, dancing, some Run DMC. People were having fun in this movie.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Looks like a fun.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. So many things. I'm just watching this film like that looks like a good time.
To wrap this up just quickly,
are
you guys Team Michael or Team David?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Team David. He's just a cooler dude than Team Michael.
Yeah.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he's on the wrong side, but
I saw his love making skill. Not bad. Not bad.
He can do better.
What do you guys think?
I'm going to say Team Michael because having a pain in the ass little brother can be challenging sometimes, and he took care of his family. He handled business. Team Michael all the way from me.
Team Michael.
I'm gonna go Team Nanook.
Not Team Thorn.
Best boy.
Oh,
I love how
Yeah.
Nanook jumps, knocks the vampire into the bathtub, and then gets the fuck out of there. Like,
Right.
he does not wait. Yeah, the dog's like, nope.
Yeah.
And he
I'm outta
protects Sam. And he's like the unsung hero.
Yeah.
He might have the most kills in the movie on the good guy side.
This film, 100-point game for Nanook.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Team Nanook all the way.
Wow. I was gonna say Team Grandpa.
Okay.
Grandpa is he's got it all figured out. He's got the fucking root beer. He's not even paying for the milk. He's just getting the milk.
He's got his
little weed farm going on.
What's probably a $30 million piece of property outside of Santa Cruz right now.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just thinking about this now. Was he wearing a tie on his head for like half the film?
No, it's like a hippie bandana, like the whole.
Is it hippie bandana? Okay. I after I watched it, I had the question for a second. I'm like, was he just wearing a tie on his head? Like, why at that age? Who gives a shit? He could be wearing a fucking turban. I don't know. Whatever.
Anything he wants, man.
He could have a snake on his head. I don't care.
You know how long that guy's been dealing with fucking vampires? He's earned a tie on his head.
Right.
First
like, as long as they smell like Windex, sex is on.
That's right.
Oh man, imagine that's all it took was some Windex and a tie in your head.
Ammonia.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Lost Boys. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I had one. It's kind of funny because you brought up the whole idea of the Lost Boys, and Andy and I did not catch that. And I didn't catch it as a young kid. Said same thing there. Eric and John, you probably clocked it that Max was the head vampire or whatever. But Andy, did you kind of figure that out when you were a kid watching it, when you first watched it? Because for me, it totally threw me off.
The thing that gave it away for me, at least in recent memory, maybe not when I first watched it as a little kid, but was that he specifically asked for an invitation in.
Yeah.
That one sold because I that rule about they have to be invited in. I think I learned that.
I was 50-50, but he saw his reflection. But like the thing that really kind of like tipped it off is like later there's a scene where it looks like he should get murdered, and then he's in the rest of the movie, and at that point you're like,
exactly, yeah.
And I guess my other closing thought, if I don't want to jump in on anybody else here, I know we're not finishing our Ladies to the 80s cycle, but we're finishing the movies that you actually have not seen, Johnny.
Right.
And you Pee-wee's, you were you were like, eh.
Like the Pee-wee's was an extreme mix for me.
Right.
Like
and
character.
Monster Squad, John's a realist. He's like, the Alamo doesn't have a basement. I don't need to watch this.
Yeah. So Monster Squad you had a good time with, but then Lost Boys, it sounds like you really loved. My question is for you. I know we haven't wrapped up the Ladies to the 80s, but we've wrapped up 4 movies with Risky Business that you have not seen, didn't grow up with.
Right.
You feel like you really missed out on it and want to catch up on like the list you had sent out?
So Andy was not here for the last record, but I remarked a couple times, this is probably just what the show is going to become.
Yeah, you did.
Because it's a fascinating theme, and B, people may not be the most enthusiastic about doing a whole cycle about sports. I think that's actually going to be like a really fun run of movies.
I think it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah. So we literally started this film off with, I'm sorry, we started this podcast off with, I think like the second movie we covered was Big Trouble in Little China, which was maybe in my top 3 for like that particular year. Like a film I was just astounded by, and I thought was incredible, like front to back. It's something about my head or my emotions or my way of kind of thinking about things, but I don't I can't explain it well in a way that I would like to, but I don't see an older movie that I completely love, and like the reflex for me has never been, I wish I'd watched this like 30 years ago. There's something about like the way I think about things that is just, I'm grateful that I saw that now, because that is one more piece of culture and art. And like another thing I can share with my friends, or another thing I can share with people that are also like a fan of this particular thing. And I'm just kind of grateful for having experienced it. And that's just kind of that for me. The thought of like, oh, I could have known about this and talked about this and shared this kind of 30 years ago. It's just kind of not part of my wiring. So like this cycle, it's been a thing. I 3 out of 4 of these movies are things I am grateful that I got the chance to experience for the first time. And even like the fourth thing is it's kind of a strange, interesting thing from the past that I'm like, you know what? Didn't love that one, but I'm glad that I kind of shaded in all the corners with that thing. So
I love witnessing on this, because I get to see what your breakup style is. You're like, it's not you, it's more
let's be clear. I do not think about movies and cool, women in remotely the same kind of that's a separate conversation, and that's very much going to be on the Patreon.
This better not happen to me when we try to watch the Twilight movies again with riff tracks.
I've never seen a Twilight movie.
There's no possibility you won't have a fantastic time front to back.
I probably will.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Seeing the third movie at the theater, justified. Don't listen to them. They weren't there. Awesome soundtrack. Nobody got jerked off in that theater. Don't worry.
I mean, like, man, the third Twilight movie, you want to talk like sort of like kind of pulled in gay subtext, Lost Boys level, like the scene in the tent. My goodness.
Oh my God.
Patreon. Yeah. We'll get there, folks.
All it takes is the spilling of fresh blood.
All everybody it takes is a full carton of milk getting knocked onto the kitchen floor.
All right, close your eyes, laddie.
Get ready to arch.
Get ready to arch.
Wow.
Yeah. Papa, bring it home.
Bring it home. Oh, man. So, Lost Boys. You thought we were done with Ladies of the 80s. We're not quite done yet.
Right.
John will be bringing his entry here to share with everybody. And we've all seen this movie. Everybody listening has seen this movie. God, I hope so. Classic film known as Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. Like a little independently produced sci-fi hit. The highest grossing film of 1980. One of the best movies. Maybe the best movie. It's fucking Empire. It's on the shortest list. Like I picked this one to kind of wrap out the cycle, because I'm like, let's kind of go. Like I have like a bunch of sort of weird gaps from just kind of my history of just kind of just coming up, my family kind of not having cable and not really kind of watching TV too much, and sort of like missing like a lot of these kind of fundamental things was like sort of people my age. But I don't want to kind of misrepresent how supportive my family was for putting me in front of like the things that I kind of really loved. Empire is a not even a generational, but is a singular accomplishment. And as long as people have been kind of making films, this might be, which is one of the absolute best of them. So I am beyond excited to talk about it, especially since we've kind of themed our entire show around Star Wars. And this will actually sort of be like the first one that we cover after nearly 150 hours or so of kind of produced content. So it's it's fucking Empire. I could not be more excited to talk about it with you guys.
And just to remind folks, John sent us all a little something from his trip in Japan that we have to bring and open up during the record.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still have no idea. Andy, you weren't here, but actually you were there for the record, but afterwards, you saw the pictures. John went and opened up my birthday gift to him.
That thing is freaking that's not like it's not a branded Lego kit, is it?
It's a fully branded. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's sold. I got it through pre-order and it sold out almost instantly. Actually, after I pre-ordered it, I got notified shortly after. They're like, it's completely sold out. It's in back order. We'll see if we can get you like a copy of it. If not, then we'll give you a refund.
Let's get into it on the actual Empire pod itself. What this is maybe like kind of like a little fun way to wind down.
That's the taste for everybody.
Oh man.
Yes. All right. Lost Boys. Excellent film. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. I mean, look, how could 1,040,000,000-year-olds be wrong?
Right. Also, Jamie Gertz, the young woman who played Star back in the day, currently the co-owner of the Atlanta Hawks.
What?
Not even making that up.
Huh.
She did pretty well.
Apparently.
So.
Yeah, she took that money she made from Lost Boys and invested it.
I feel bad because the note that I took about her in my while I was watching it was Jamie Gertz equals great value Phoebe Cates ? Apparently not.
Jamie Gertz ... movie didn't need a chick. That's not what this thing was.
Movie didn't need a chick. Just more penis.
There's subtext and there's actually text.
Look, just give him glittery skin, blood, whatever. Add a unicorn and fucking rainbows.
Blood, and now they're kind of stressed out in 1987.
Yeah, they're like, let's keep it weird. Let's keep it a certain kind of weird, not that kind of weird, but weird. Yeah. And they're like, let's just lean into glittery blood.
They're like, let's just all sleep in colorful pajamas. Really enjoy taking a bath.
All right, Lost Boys. Guys, this was fun.
Yeah, good one. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. And listeners, don't forget to please comment, like, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Yes.